One of the ways that I would describe Korea is that it's a participatory society. Now, maybe that description isn't evidently clear, but I need to explain a bit. People here, well, let's talk about Koreans about Koreans. Forget the foreigners right now. Koreans are very judgmental of each other. They take each other into account. I'm not saying I'm a mind reader, but people do notice what other people are wearing, what other people are doing, what other people say. A lot of Koreans don't really like this. Some who move abroad like to get away from this. But it's not so bad in other respects. For example, in a separate example, this is how people keep each other in check from committing crimes and stuff, because everybody's watching each other. So it has its good and bad elements. But here's what I mean by the participation thing. In Korea, when you are out, when you are in public, you are participating in society. Not like, oh, someone's marking you down on a list that, oh, they're outside today, good for them. But you are just part of it when you are there, when you're just taking part in daily activities, when you're commuting on the subway, you're there, when you're eating at a restaurant, you're there, when you're sitting outside at a cafe, you're there. That doesn't quite make sense, but you get this feeling that you are, when you walk by a cafe and you see the people there, and it makes up the impression you get from that cafe. If you were to sit at that cafe, you would be contributing to that impression. And this all sounds okay, that's obvious, but it's different here. Like in New York, in Manhattan, people don't pay attention to each other unless someone's causing a problem. But here, it's not a bad thing. For example, the World Cup. During the World Cup, people would just take to the streets, go to the public places, and all cheer together. And when you are there, you are part of that. I'm not saying otherwise you'd be divided from it. But if you are there, you are accepted as part of that group that's participating. This is used to explain just kind of the feeling of why people why social activities in Korea are kind of fulfilling, why it's fun to go out and just, do these regular dinner, cafe, park activities. It also explains why sometimes when Korean students go abroad, if there are a few of them, they will often kind of stay together when they are abroad in that country, at that school, whatever. There's a lot of times where I've heard that these exchange students don't really branch out. They just keep within their Korean group because that is their way of participating with their culture while they are a part of their culture. It sounds weird, and I'm not saying it's not a conscious thing. It's not a bad thing either. It has its, bad points, but it's interesting. And so one of the reasons I enjoy being here is because I get to participate. And when I make videos about Korea and music videos, I'm still participating. People acknowledge what I'm saying, and I can't say it adds, there's no statistics, but, I feel that kind of satisfaction of knowing that I am part of Korea.